Earth needs certain resources to remain alive and thriving. Rain, sunshine, wind. Can you imagine if the Earth was surrounded by some kind of barrier that made it impossible for it to receive and absorb these energies? It would only be a matter of time before water sources would dry up, forests decimate, and life as we know it would simply stop altogether. It would be the energy crisis to end all energy crises. A similar pattern takes place when we deprive our bodies of the energy we need to thrive and enjoy well-being and vitality.
Hello and welcome to GNLD, where we empower you to health and vitality. Today there's an energy crisis that's being felt and talked about all over the world, a human energy crisis. So many people these days are concerned about their lack of energy and vitality that the number one complaint that physicians hear is, "I'm so tired of feeling so tired." Many factors contribute to this situation, but crucial evidence is pointing to a phenomenon understood by food scientists all over the world. Important and life-sustaining nutrients are missing from the modern-day diet, and people are basically eating themselves into an early grave. Critical nutrients have been stripped from our foods in the name of mass production and prolonged shelf life. The attraction of these foods is their convenience and abundance. They charm their way into your grocery cupboard and slide with ease onto your dinner table. But are they stealing your vibrant health and well-being at the same time? The health status of most people today can be seen in this simple graph. You're born and start to grow to adulthood. Very soon, unless you're getting the right nutrients, your body begins to move from the vibrant zone into the tired and sick zone, where many people spend a large part of their lives. Some years ago, GNLD scientists discovered that certain nutrients can supercharge our energy levels. Now, although they're readily available in our food supply, very few of us are getting enough of these nutrients, and most of us know nothing of their invigorating power. These nutrients rejuvenate energy production inside the cell, the ultimate source of your health, well-being, and long-term vitality. To understand how this works, one needs to understand some basics about the human body. The body is made up of trillions of tiny cells. Each one of them is a powerhouse of energy. In fact, we're only as healthy as our cells, which need to be fed properly every single day. If the cell is unhealthy, the body is unhealthy. Every cell has a membrane that surrounds the cell. This membrane needs to maintain its permeability to let nutrients into the cell and allow waste matter out. Certain nutrients feed the cell membrane. These are called lipids and sterols. Without lipids and sterols, the cell membrane becomes hardened and stops functioning properly. Lipids and sterols are fats which are found in the outer layer of grain, rice and soy, the very elements that are processed out of our foods. We're told to eat less fat, and that's important. But even more important is to understand that there are good fats and bad fats. Saturated fats and trans fatty acids, also known as modified fats, can be very harmful to health. But the good fats or essential fatty acids are vital for good health. These good fats include the lipids and sterols that are needed for proper functioning of the cell membrane. Researchers tell us that 95% of people do not get enough of the nutrients needed for good health, and that 75% of people consume the kinds of foods that actually cause harm. What has happened to our diet over time? The healthy diet pyramid shows the kind of balance that our diets should reflect. Most of our diet should be made up of whole grains, fruit and vegetables. But today's unhealthy eating habits stand this pyramid on its head. Whole grains, nuts, unrefined cereals, fruit and vegetables are consumed the least, and fats and proteins are consumed the most. Why is all this so important? For a very simple reason. Proper nutrition is not what you eat, it's what your body actually receives. Without lipids and sterols, your cell is not receiving the essential fats it needs to remain healthy. It takes us back to our planet Earth. If the Earth does not receive the resources it needs, it will die. If your cell does not receive and process the nutrients it needs, your body will remain in the tired and sick zones of health. You could change your diet now, but very few people can consume enough of the right nutrients to ensure proper nutrition at cellular level. And that's where GNLD comes in, because GNLD are pioneers in the area of cellular nutrition. Research was conducted by GNLD's team of doctors, nutritionists and food scientists over a period of time. And this resulted in the formulation of essential fatty acids that were extracted from 3 whole grains: wheat, rice and soy. And that discovery resulted in the unique and powerful formula known as TreaNN grain concentrates. Since being developed, GNLD's TreaNN grain concentrates has transformed the lives of millions of people around the world. These excited people have experienced renewed energy and vitality, a dramatic reduction in illnesses, and improvement to overall health and well-being.
Tests have shown superior results from TreaNN. A series of studies at Texas A&M University confirmed the nutritional benefits of TreaNN grain concentrates far beyond expectations. TreaNN enabled better use of nutrients, cardiovascular development. TreaNN provided greater adrenal activity, resulting in increased energy levels and an improved response to stress. GNLD's TreaNN grain concentrates are the foundation for further GNLD products, Formula 4 and Formula 4 Plus, and represent the very best nutrition at cellular level.
TreaNN is just one part of GNLD nutritional systems that are designed to feed, renew, repair, protect the cells and bring back the balance in today's diet. Because lack of lipids and sterols is the most significant deficiency in the human diet today, TreaNN is GNLD's most important nutritional supplement. Start supplementing with TreaNN and see your health status change. You can remain in the health and vitality zone as long as you're giving your body the nutrients it needs. GNLD wishes you long life and renewed vitality.
Thank you so much for that video, Andrew. And so my training this morning is going to be based on that TreaNN story, which you have heard in that video. And maybe I want to make one clarification before I move on. We have been seeing what we call GNLD. And many people have been asking us when we tell them that our company is called Neolife. And so they say, is that GNLD? So I want to explain what GNLD is, because we have been with this company for over 20 years, and we have seen it grow and rebrand and become better and better. So the company started in 1958, and it was called GNLD, which meant Golden Neolife Diamide International. Now, it was because of the ranges of products. The cleaning products were called the golden products, and these were mainly sold in South Africa. And the Neolife products, that is why what NL stands for, were sold mainly in America. And actually, the Neolife means new life. So they called them products which gave people a new life. And then diamide, was the company which was selling the skincare products. We used to have a very wide range of skincare products, which have been improved over time up to today when they are called nutrients. So some years ago, the company rebranded, and it remained with the name Neolife, which is the NL in GNLD. So when you hear in this story about what GNLD came up with, it is because at that time it was called GNLD. And this company started in 1958. And as they have told us in this video, Neolife was the first company to come up with cellular nutrition, because so many people were getting tired. At the age of 25, people started feeling tired. You get a headache. And that is when research started, because the people who started using 3NN, they went away when they were feeling more energetic, when their bodies were getting much better. And so 3NN, we have to know that it is the basis of our nutrition, especially if you are going to use these other products. The basic product you should use is 3NN. And usually many people start recommending zinc, omega-3, and all these others. But the most important thing is that everybody must start with 3NN, because as we have heard in the video, it opens up the cell membrane so that nutrients enter and waste products go out. So that is why it is important that everyone who is using these products starts with 3NN. I remember when I started this business, I used 3NN and I could wake up so energetic. I could reach at 10 p.m. when I'm still so energetic. And I really felt the difference. So we need to share this opportunity with other people so that they know the benefits of 3NN. Now, the simple thing they've told us, this 3NN, they looked at the food we eat and discovered that most of the nutrients were taken out. And the reason being, when you take those nutrients out, the food will remain on the shelf for a longer time. I'll give you an example. There's brown rice and white rice. The white rice is the one which has been stripped off of the nutrients. And so this white rice, even if you keep it in the shop for 6 months, it will not be attacked by the weevils. Now, why? Because the nutrients are out. Even these small insects, they know where the food value is. If you leave a bag of maize there, these weevils are going to look for the endosperm and the outer layer which has the nutrients. That's why even when they are making ugali, or call it posho, or meal, you'll find that they strip out that chachu and it is given to animals, and the white bit which remains without nutrients will remain in the shop for a long time. And that's why these days, the people who have understood cellular nutrition, when they go to buy, they buy brown rice, you eat brown bread, you eat the posho, which is number 2 or number 3, which has all the chachu, because you are getting those nutrients back. And for those of you who remember, for some of us when we were young, the rice which we used to take used to have those nutrients. If you cook it, you find an oily layer on the top of the rice, and it used to smell so well. This is exactly what they call lipids and sterols. And these are the ones which are responsible for opening up the cell membrane to bring in the nutrients and to take out the waste products. And we would like to thank the company for coming up with this scientific advisory board, which, as we have heard, it has nutritionists, it has biochemists, food scientists, it has, doctors. And these are the people who work on our products. They do all the research to make sure that what comes out is the best for our body. So all the time, there has been a lot of improvement in all our products which they do. So when we look at 3NN, I want you to understand where it comes from, because it is the foundation of all these other products in your life. Now, some of you may not know the difference between 3NN, Formula 4, the one which comes in a tin, and Formula 4 Plus. Now, Formula 4 is a combination of 3NN together with minerals and essential vitamins. Now, when we started this business several years ago, 3NN was combined with Formula 4. And this is a product which came in a capsule, a green capsule, as you see it today. Now, that one, after some years, the Scientific Advisory Board decided to separate that Formula 4 so that they put the vitamins and minerals separate from the 3NN. So that is why they came up with Formula 4 Plus, which you find in a box. Formula 4 comes in a tin and it comes in a capsule. It is a combination of 3NN, minerals, and vitamins. So now, when you take Formula 4 Plus, after more research was done, the 3NN was separated and it remained as a capsule and another tablet which has vitamins and minerals. It is called multi. Now, that multi, the difference with Formula 4 and Formula 4 Plus is that in Formula 4, there is iron. In Formula 4 Plus, there is no iron, because there are some people whose specific needs were not iron. So those who didn't need iron, they took Formula 4 Plus. Now, Formula 4 Plus, after more research was done, the company, through its Scientific Advisory Board, added some other minerals which are very essential for diabetes. So don't worry about the names, but they are called chromium, molybdenum, and selenium. These are very vital in the body. They were lacking in the Formula 4, the one in the tin, and they are very good for people with diabetes. That is why they were included in the Formula 4 Plus. Now, later on in the years, the company continued improving the products and coming up with packages which would help us to improve our lives. And that is why they came up with Pro Vitality product. Now, that Pro Vitality also has the basic product called 3NN, because the company knew that when you take 3NN, before you take these other products, or if you take them together, they will be able to find their way into our body cells. And as we have seen on the video, our bodies are made of, to be more precise, 73 trillion cells. Now, all those cells have an area where energy is produced. So we really need to get that energy so that these other nutrients also can come in and do their work. So now, coming from 3NN to Formula 4 to Formula 4 Plus, we need to understand how it evolved into Pro Vitality. But before I reach there are two products which you must understand. There is a product called Multi, which is found in Formula 4 Plus and Pro Vitality, and there's what they call multi-mineral plus alfalfa. Now, the multi, it has essential vitamins which the body needs. The multi-mineral is basically all the minerals which are essential in the body, but not the vitamins. So you should understand the difference between multi and multi-mineral. So now, let us talk about the Pro Vitality. The Pro Vitality, it has 4 tablets and capsules, and the basic one is the 3NN. The company wanted to make it easier for us so that as soon as 3NN opens up the cell membrane, then these other products in Pro Vitality can enter our bodies. So what do you find in Pro Vitality? You'll find there 3NN, you'll find there omega-3, which is very important as an anti-inflammatory. It helps on our joints, it helps on migraine headache, it helps on asthma, so many things. Omega-3 should be your daily food together with 3NN. Then they put their carotenoid complex, which is a strong antioxidant, and it is a product which is going to improve your immunity by 37% in 20 days. Then the other tablet which is there is the tablet called Multi, which has both vitamins and minerals. So that is why the company put these together, because many people tend to come, I want products for ulcers, but they forget to understand that the important thing is to make sure that you use 3NN. So if you can afford 3NN, first priority, you go for the Pro Vitality. If somebody says, I don't have enough money for Pro Vitality, go for Formula 4 or Formula 4 Plus, depending on your needs. The people who usually take Formula 4 are the people who need iron in their body. But that's why you need to understand whom you should give Formula 4 and who should take Formula 4 Plus. So the people with diabetes, people with maybe HIV, those must take Pro Vitality because of those other minerals which are very essential in combating those challenges. And if somebody says, my money is not enough, that is when they must take the basic product, which is 3NN. Now, I just want to show you the statistics of how we can make an impact in this world. Let us take an example of, I want to take an example of Uganda. I know there are many other people on this call who are not from Uganda, but I want you to look at your country. Uganda has a population, I'll be very lenient. If we are 45 million people in Uganda today, and many of us are deprived of energy, I want us to take 10% of the Ugandan population. 10% of the Ugandan population would be 45,000 people. Now, supposing each of those 45,000 people uses 1 trillion a month, I can assure you as Uganda, for those of you who are distributors on this call, just with 3NN alone, if we are serious about making sure we share 3NN with everyone we know, just 10% of Ugandans using 3NN alone, we would generate 765 PVs. Now, for those of you who don't know what PVs are, 3NN, the small one, has 17 points. And these are the points which the company uses for us to get our bonus checks every month. Now, you imagine that only 10% of the population, 1%, not 10%, 1% can use 3NN. You can see the physical benefits, the energy increase among the population, the productivity is going to go up. People at work who get stressed and tired, they are going to be improved. And we as distributors, we are going to increase our PVs to a level of 765. So what do I mean? Whenever you go out, if you are on this call, you should go and tell people about 3NN. If somebody says I can't afford, at least everybody should be able to share what you know about 3NN so that everybody buys this 3NN. So for you to become a director, you just, with your network, with your team, you sell only 236 3NNs in a month. A senior manager, about 60 of them. The executive manager, about 200. And as I tell, what I'm telling you is that most of the people are not using 3NN because they don't know. And it is our responsibility to make sure that we share what we know about 3NN so that everybody we know, everybody we wish well, even those you don't wish well, make sure that they all use 3NN because it is going to change our lives. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, today this has been our story, the 3NN, and I would like everybody on this call to make sure that if you haven't used 3NN, you go and buy it today. If you really have people you love, your parents, your brothers and sisters, those who are deprived of energy, make sure that you go and share with them the 3NN story. And together, we shall make this world a healthier and happier place. So thank